One.
Bam. Oh, yeah. Lots to talk about today.
I had some guy email me about the show.
Really?
He's a lawyer. Said he wanted to be on the show.
Bring him on.
I will get in contact with him. I hadn't responded to him.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. He said that he liked the way we were not afraid to talk about Charlie Kirk on the last show. He was watching it on YouTube.
Okay.
I didn't respond, but I'm going to. I was glad.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're not afraid to talk about anything.
I'll show you his email after the show.
Yeah, we're not afraid to talk about anything, man. That's what people better get through their fucking heads. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Not afraid to talk about anything.
You're listening to the legendary podcaster, the one, the T-Jam-D, your personal favorite, and the show you've been waiting for. Probably offensive.
Welcome to another exciting episode of As the Crowe Flies. It's probably offensive. Me and my main man, my co-host, is in the house, Mr. Johnny Vader. Say what's up to the people, JB.
Hey, the people, listen. I know we don't see you as much as anymore, but it's been a little hectic. Things are smoothing out. Getting back to the week dynamic duo portion of the show. Like we got some guests lined up. I got a couple guests lined up as well. We're going to bring you a nice show to interact. Like I said, you can call into the show, but I forgot that phone. So if you want to call in, I'll just text in here. I'll send you my personal number, and you can call into the show.
We should get to some sports since football's on, but
there was some celebrity deaths.
Yeah, before we get to that, I know Robert Redford.
Yeah,
the popular actor that most people know who Robert Redford is.
Oh yeah,
we know who he is. I was listening to another radio show, and they had mentioned that Robert Redford passed away, but they said the last time he was in a movie, I was like, he was just in a Marvel movie. So
that's a few years ago, but
yeah. So people are not paying attention.
89.
He was 89, almost 90 years old. So
full life.
Yeah, I mean, you know who's old? Who really don't look like she's that old? It's Barbara Streisand. Because she made some comments on the news about Robert Redford. She had worked with him like 30, 40.
They used to be an item.
It was together?
Yeah. He was knocking her down, or she was knocking him down, any way you want to look at it.
All right. So I didn't know that.
They had a couple bar mitzvahs together.
So Barbara Streisand made some comments about Robert Redford. Good stuff. She said nothing bad. All positive. But I was thinking, damn, Barbara Streisand worked with this guy. He was 89. He passed away, and she's still in good mind. And
well, how old is she?
She got to be not that much younger.
She probably 80
years, maybe
80 in her 80s.
Okay, she's younger than him, but maybe she's 10 years younger, maybe 15, but still, she's up there. But anyway, Robert Redford, he was in a lot of movies, which I can't think of the name of any of them right now, because he was known as a pretty boy in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He was a good-looking dude.
Yeah, he played The Natural. That's the one my favorite was The Natural. What he used to, the baseball player had that special bat that got struck by lightning. Yeah.
What was Robert Redford's most popular movies? Let me see here what it says. Let me see. A movie called The Chase, Spy Game. I'm not familiar with this. Let me see. Well, they took. I do remember Natural.
Yeah, that's the base one I was just talking about.
Yeah. There was something else, like a cowboy movie, Sundance Kid or something. You know what I'm talking about? No.
Yeah. I just know he was with Barb. Man, listen. Back then, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I don't want people in the chat or whatever to get mad at me for saying this, but as a youth, I didn't watch a lot of white movies.
Okay, that's not nothing for anyone to be mad about.
No, if you didn't have black people in it, I didn't watch it. So I really didn't. So these guys come up. I did watch Kojak and Starsky and Hutch, though.
Yeah, well, those were TV shows. But yes, those were popular.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Robert Redford. Oh, yeah, here it is. The Sundance Kid.
Yeah.
That's what it was called.
Yeah.
And that was one of his more popular movies. I didn't see it.
What was it about? Well, you don't got to read the review.
Yeah.
Let's find out how old Barbara Streisand is.
Okay. Why you wouldn't know?
Because I like Barbara Streisand. You know what? Remember
Barbara Streisand.
Remember she was in that movie Mental?
Barbara Streisand is 83 years old.
Oh yeah, he was right. 5-6 years younger.
Yeah.
Remember she was in that movie Mental?
Yentl.
Huh?
Yentl.
Oh, that was Mental.
No, it's called Yentl.
Ain't that a bitch?
What? Are you serious? you playing. You ain't serious. You messing with me.
Yeah,
Look at this dude, y'all. He's messing with me. He know that movie's called Yentl for some.
She was in it. It was back in the day. Remember, it was a big old. It's Yentl is a. I want to say it's a Yiddish word, which is Jewish.
Yeah.
She was a star of the show. I didn't watch it or nothing because I kept saying, "Why the hell would I want to see something called Yentl?"
Yeah.
If anything, I like to be gentle, and I play with your mental.
Okay.
Then let me get into it.
Oh no! Oh no!
You know, I got bars.
Terrible bars.
What do you mean terrible? If I had a beat, I could put that together.
Those were so juvenile.
That's me.
Okay. In any case, condole. Anybody else? Did you? I didn't see anybody else.
No.
Not that I know of. They mentioned someone else, but I never heard the name before, so I didn't bring it up.
No.
Okay. So condolences to the friends and family of Robert Redford and all of you who are listening. If you don't know who Robert Redford is, he was a very popular, successful actor. I think he was a pretty decent human being as well, right?
I would say I haven't heard anything
derogatory
about him.
Nobody say Robert Redford sucked because he did this or said that.
No.
That wouldn't necessarily make it true anyway.
No, but then again, he could have been a terrible son of a bitch and just kept everything hidden.
Yeah, he could have.
But from what I understand, he was a good dude.
And he's been dead for a week and nobody still said anything. So I'm just going to go out on a limb and say he was a dude.
Right. Let's do that.
Okay.
There was another death.
Oh, who?
The Cowboys.
Oh,
Hey, them guys suck.
Listen, the Cowboys are not dead.
They're not?
No. The Cowboys, they do suck. I'll give you that. But this is only the third game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And if everybody's going to get better, you can't get any worse than how shitty you guys are.
The Cowboys' defense is awful. That's why they should have signed Micah Parsons. He would have
made a difference.
Yeah, because he gets after the quarterback. So even if he doesn't sack him, he chases him around and he usually makes an incomplete pass.
Right.
So they suck. I'm not expecting anything out of them. It's until you guys start to understand that you're not going to try to outscore everybody. That's what they did to win the one game that they've won so far this year, is outscored the Giants, a team that no one was expecting anything out of.
No.
You had to outscore them in overtime.
Yeah, and got lucky to get win.
So they're not going to lose the rest of the games, but they'll win about 6 or 7, and that'll be it.
Yeah, you guys got lucky.
They can outscore some of the stuff.
And then you look at the Chiefs; they're struggling too.
They can outscore some of the sorry teams.
So
the Chiefs got a decent team. They just don't have no receivers.
Yes, that's not. So that means your team stinks.
Their your receiver is on probation or some shit.
Well, that's just one. The Chiefs aren't going to be any good this year.
Yeah.
They're going to be a decent team. They should make the playoffs in the AFC West, but you know what? Oh well.
But they got everybody in the AFC except for Cincinnati, who's not even going to make the playoffs.
No, Cincinnati. Hey, listen, it's been a good day for me. My two favorite teams to shit on, the Cowboys and the fucking Bungles.
Yeah.
Hey, the Bengals and the Cowboys, I don't like them.
Yeah.
Everyone knows I'm a Steeler.
Yeah.
And we beat the Patriots. Another good thing about us. So, listen, I gotta get on my my football card, and I gotta get on that, and I gotta see how I did this week. I think I did pretty well.
Well, Steelers are very good either. Now they're not as bad as the
We're 2-1,
or they're not as bad as the Cowboys or the Bengals, but they're not that great because they're making some big mistakes. If you see I know you watch their games. If do you have NFL package?
No, I used to. It got to be it was like going to the game.
Oh, you might as well.
I said, you know what, man, I'm gonna just go to the game.
You get a season tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pittsburgh ain't that far.
No,
you can go over
I wish I had a helicopter.
You can fly over there.
Fly right there, fly right back.
Okay, a lot of people wish they had a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be so easy.
Yes, it would be. Let me hit that lottery. First thing I would do. Somebody said if you hit that lottery and you take the buyout, you get like $800 million.
Yeah.
I just took like $500 million and bought into the Steelers.
Speaking of which, so it's early in the season right now, so I'm just going to say the teams that I like is the two teams you hate, the Cowboys and the Bengals, and they both suck. One of them.
Well, I'll tell you something about yourself.
The Bengals, the quarterback got hurt, but their backup quarterback
is a bum. I tell everybody that.
Yeah, he's playing like a real dick face.
He's playing like who he is.
No, he helped to quite a few wins when almost said Carson Palmer when Joe Burrow was hurt before. But here's the thing about backups. Yeah,
you come in, you surprise people, right? You know why you surprise because there's no film on you. Yeah. Once they get film on you, they're going to expose you to as wide backup, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, but there's been some. If you look at the, you didn't watch the game probably.
Which one?
Bengals.
No, I didn't.
All right, I did. And when they showed the replays on TV, he's had some receivers in it, and he's just
missing them.
Yes,
got two of the greatest receivers in the game right now.
Right, and they're running
perfect routes
the field,
wide open.
What are you doing, stupid? And he's running the ball, throwing interceptions, throwing it out of bounds, getting hit. One time he ran the ball and then just ran it out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage, so it was a sack officially.
Yeah, he's.
I would have punched him in the face for that.
Well,
I was the coach. I would have been like, dude, you might throw the ball. You just ran the ball 3 yards behind, out of bounds, 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's a sack. Yeah. Nobody was close to you, and you're giving them a sack. You dick face dummy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, tell us how you really feel.
This guy, he's really screwing things up right now. So, whatever. It's 3 games into the season. We'll see what happens. I don't expect anything out of them until they learn how to play some. You know what I'm saying? They gave away their defense after they went to the Super Bowl. Bengals did.
Right.
And so I don't know why they thought they could just outscore everybody because they got,
they got a quarterback, but their offense stinks. And you know what they have a problem with? Yeah. They can't protect him. They can't protect Joe Burrow.
Protect it, and he hurt a toe. Now he's out for 3 months.
Yeah, he had to have surgery on that toe.
That's 3 months is the whole season. So he's gone.
Well, pretty much for the let me see, what month are we now? September. So it'll be October, November, December. He'll be back. If they can hold it together, he'll be back for the stretch.
He'll be back for what?
If they can hold it together.
The last few games?
He'll be back for January and half of December.
If they're not in the playoff picture, they're not going to put him in.
I wouldn't either.
You know?
So, but you got to look. That's 50. That's 50-some million bucks.
Commit
on a toe.
Yeah, commit to protecting your superstar quarterback and get some run stoppers.
But that's what happens when you got to pay, your top 3 guys more than 50% of your salary cap.
Get some run stoppers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's football in a nutshell. It looks like even the Browns won.
Yeah, they beat the Packers. Packers are
The
undefeated.
Browns have a good defense, but they don't have a good team. They just got the good defense.
Well, and that's going to carry them,
I'm expecting the Packers to come out of the
NFC.
actually.
I'm not.
Why not? They
just don't. I mean, LaFleur, I think he chokes in big games. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Jordan Love chokes in big games. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. They do have a great team, and that defense can, with Micah Parsons and the other edge, he's balling.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Brown.
I don't
I remember his name. Jenkins. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But with those guys coming like that, that is going to keep him in a lot of games. But you got to worry about Jordan Love.
Okay.
You got to worry about him. And I look towards the Eagles and Lions.
Didn't you hear about the 27 with Green? All their quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl when they were 27 years old. They said Bart Starr, when he was 27, he won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Brett Favre,
and then Aaron Rodgers both won the Super Bowl. And now Jordan Love is 27.
Yeah, great.
So you don't think they're going
No. It's a bunch of I can't. So hold on a second. You're subscribing to that?
No.
No. You of all people, you're prescribing to that?
I might be because that is the organization. They get a good quarterback who they feel like will be a Hall of Famer. And then they build around him. That's the organization.
So you don't believe in conspiracy theories, but you believe in this bullshit? And conspiracy theories are happening all over the place. I've been doing some research, and I got it in my notes on my phone because these all been coming true, and they've been coming out. And I'm like, you know what? I'm a boatload of information on Jamski.
Okay.
Just for you.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of,
I got to touch about the COVID and COVID vaccination. Everything that happened with this said by this woman who got kicked off of TV. She goes, there's going to be this. He said this like 10, 15, 20 years ago.
About COVID?
Yeah. Okay. Everything word for word. She goes, they're going to come out with a vaccine made overnight, and people will take it, and it's not going to do a damn thing for them, make them worse. So that's not to talk about now.
Right. We could get to that, though, later. We never did talk about the Ukrainian girl who was stabbed by a crazy guy on the bus. Or was it a bus?
The subway.
Yeah.
Was it subway or the bus?
Subway? Okay. It was public transit.
Okay.
One of those two. Ukrainian girl.
Yeah.
Got on she was an immigrant. Wasn't in no she wasn't in she wasn't going to be deported, that's for sure. Nobody looking to deport her. But
is she beautiful? That why?
No, because she's white.
Oh, you said ICE ain't gonna come to the white people. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Would you say it like that then?
Immigrants.
Yeah, they only want the chocolate immigrants or the ones of color.
The brown ones.
Yeah.
So anyway, this Ukrainian girl was on the bus, and some crazy guy stabbed her in the neck and killed her.
Why?
He was a crazy guy. You haven't heard of this story?
Yeah, I heard the story, but I'm just saying he was just his mom said that they couldn't afford the medical treatment and the facilities he needed.
Yeah, his mom actually kicked him out of the house, said you can't live with us anymore because he attacked his sister.
Right.
So he had been arrested 14 times and let out of jail. And these last times that he was let out of jail, it was because he was arrested. Not all the charges that he was arrested for were violent.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were just petty stuff like.
Yeah, but he had some kind of mental issues.
Yes,
and
he was on medication.
Yep, but he couldn't afford them anymore.
Well, he refused. His mother said he refused to take it. That's why she kicked him out of the
house. Well, what happened with the facility then? They were supposed to put him back in a facility.
Yeah.
and they couldn't afford it or something.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he went to court for the.
How old was this young man?
I don't remember the guy's name, or I would tell you, but he didn't look that old. He looked like he was in his 30s, but he didn't look like
Right.
So I don't know how old he was. I don't remember what the guy's name was. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Yes,
But nonetheless, do you understand? Like, I want to talk about this. America. Everyone thinks America is so great, and we live in this, utopia of a place. Well, and doing research and shit, you find a lot of these smaller nations. They're well-to-do.
Mm-hmm.
You look at two different things. What you look at is the people, and you look at the infrastructure of the countries. Right?
Yes.
Their infrastructure is better. Their buildings are better. They look more high tech. America looks like a second world nation now. We look like we got old homes, old buildings, old skyscrapers. Vegas is the only thing that lights up.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Dubai. Look at some of the cities in Africa.
Yeah.
And they're like beautiful. You're like, what the hell? And they're still in this dream over here that America is technically advanced. Look at Tokyo. Look at China. Look at some of those cities.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, this is interesting. How the hell are we so far behind in technical age, the infrastructure, care, big farm?
Well, with healthcare, that's saying something. Now, as far as our construction, we could do just as well as anybody else with that.
But why don't we?
They don't want to. I guess they're not worried about
it. Right. That's my whole point. So it's aesthetically unpleasing. It's unacceptable.
Joe Biden did sign an infrastructure bill.
But that's for the highways and roads.
And bridges.
Right. That's part of the roads and highways. My bad. I think bridges will connect the roads over rivers.
But some of them they've built are looking pretty nice.
Yes. Like that, they got to be upgraded.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is this. If you look at the skyscrapers in Dubai and some of the African towns in China and Japan, you look at ours.
Yeah.
We still got the Empire State Building. King Kong made that back in the 40s.
Yeah.
You understand me?
I think it was the tallest one.
It was the tallest building in the world at one
point. Yeah. But now it's just
the Empire State Building that's got roaches and rats.
It's they gotta go up pretty high, don't they?
Well, they don't mind.
You're right.
And and then you look at like the Delta State student found hanging from a tree down in Cleveland, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Then you see what happened to Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
And then you see all these school shootings, and you see like what you're talking about with the guy that stabbed that Ukrainian woman on the subway, whatever it was. Yeah. And you start thinking
what?
How really is America really that far advanced than these savage countries that they talk about?
These third world countries.
And we're not that far. We're not that far ahead of them.
America that far ahead of them morally?
No. And then you look at these other countries.
Are we organized here?
No. Well, you know what the problem is? We need to do away with
laws.
Yes, but we need to do away with political parties. Mm-hmm. Everything with the political parties, it breaks down to this side or that side, the left or right, the red, the blue, the conservative, the liberal. Get away from that.
When we come back, we're going to talk more about this. We're going
to. We need to do away with this shit.
We're going to take a shit.
A shit? I ain't got a shit.
We're going to take a short break, and we're going to discuss this a little further when we come back. We'll be right back right after this. You like this music?
It's the same music you guys had.
Right.
I love it.
I think it's pretty smooth.
Oh, yeah.
I need more room for some drops. I gotta add more drops. Nikki keeps thinking I'm gonna get one with her name in it, but probably not.
If you're not offended yet, stay tuned for this next segment. Mr. A-Hole and C. Crowe. That's so funny. Welcome back to the show.
You're listening to a man who's so sexy it's completely ridiculous. Mr. Anthony Scott Dover. Yummy.
All right. We're back. Now, before we went to break, we were talking about the state you were talking about.
Yes.
The state of America compared to some of these other countries that we're supposed to be so far ahead of,
Right.
As far as civilization, you know what I'm saying? America, that's what, 250 years old?
Yeah, something like that. 1776. That's when it, I don't know, hell. Hey. Yeah, the B250 coming up.
Okay. So we're 250 years in the making, shot right by, even though America has some problems that they just don't want
to address,
don't want to acknowledge. Just and I totally understand why you think racism is never going to end. Just might even get worse. It's because after all these years, that's really what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's people still hating us because we're brown and then making up.
Well, here's the thing. How the fuck are you still that stupid to hate someone because of their ethnicity or the color of their skin or religion? Listen, with all this information out, with all this shit in your hands, you stupid fucks, people are dumb. And we know they're dumb.
Right.
That's why they come out with these tablets, phones, and things like that, because people can't study. People don't want to learn. So, no, I'm being serious.
But this is technology.
Yes, but guess what?
Mm-hmm.
You go to other nations, they don't use it. America is so stupid because you know why? Wow. Because they wanted to be that melting pot. How can you be a melting pot when you're like, everyone's welcome, everyone has a voice, everyone is, oh, but no, you people don't. Oh, no, you people don't. Oh, no. Your doctrine is that of a tyranny.
Yeah.
It's not freedom.
No.
Listen, you don't have freedom of speech.
Mm-mm. No.
You know what? If you get freedom of speech and then you say something they don't like, man, they look at Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
They'll silence you.
Yeah.
They don't. And here's the thing about it, America.
Mm-hmm.
If this didn't wake you up to show you, it don't matter what color you are, because you know why? Deep down, America wants to promote hate. If you promote hate, they'll let you live.
Yeah, America does want to promote hate, but I don't know if Charlie Kirk fits into that narrative because he was just shot by a guy who was raised by a Republican family, but this guy was dating a transgender person and was pissed off about what Charlie Kirk had said about transgender people.
Well, you know what? He'd kill me then.
Well, he might have if you were as popular,
right,
and was out in front of everybody.
But you know what? It's the thing is transgender, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can say you're born that way, right? That's what they say.
Yeah. They say you're born
feeling like a woman, but in a man's body.
Okay.
I don't know how that works.
All right.
Because I don't have those hormones. I'm a man in a man's body. The one thing about a woman's body I want is, yeah, you already know.
You want to be in a woman's body.
Yeah.
So anyway, what's your point?
My point is this. I don't know how those people feel. So I can't speak on that. But what I can speak on is if you believe in God and you believe in religion,
mm-hmm.
no matter what religion you belong to, mm-hmm. Catholic, Christian, Muslim, Buddha, Judaism, yeah. No matter, we can go on and on and on. They believe in the bond between man and woman.
Yeah.
It's not man and man. It's not woman and woman. It's man and woman.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to kill someone because they say you shouldn't do that. I can't tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Only thing I can tell you is what I do and what I believe. And I don't think you should do that, but I can't tell you not to do that.
Yeah, you really shouldn't kill anybody because they say something you don't like.
Right.
So Charlie Kirk was saying a lot of stuff that people didn't like, but only this one guy felt like I hate what he's saying so much that I'm gonna take him out the game.
You think it's just one guy?
Yes, I mean,
there's other people that don't like him.
Yeah,
And you know the funny thing about it was
they weren't trying to shoot.
they weren't trying to kill him or anything like that. But you know, there's a lot of other people that didn't like him for what he said. And what he said, if you break it down, it wasn't offensive. It was the truth. The way he come across by saying it, I get in trouble for that a lot. It's the way that I protrude the message.
Right. Well, some of the stuff he said might have been true, but some stuff was not true.
Right.
But the thing he said about transgender people, you don't listen. He said a lot of worse stuff than he said about transgender people. I wouldn't shoot the guy in the neck.
Right.
Because of what he said about transgender people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This guy, you know what I'm saying? So far, we haven't got a hell of a lot of information about the shooter except for his name and who he is and his family and all that. But I got to say, he has to be a little nutty.
Well, they all are.
He has to be a little nutty because anybody who thinks, you know what, I'm going to take it down and follows through with it is a little nutty. You're a nutty buddy. So we've got a problem. And some people think it's this, it's that, it's guns. Access to guns is an issue, but they're not trying to solve that right now. They're trying to, even Charlie Kirk was saying, few people need to be sacrificed so we can keep that Second Amendment right. And I don't have a problem with the Second Amendment. I don't have a problem with people owning guns, but I do have a problem with letting people who are nut jobs be able to buy a gun.
But you know what? How do you disseminate that?
Well, you have to start with
background checks. Okay.
You got to start with history of mental illness. If you have been prescribed medication for mental illness, you don't get to buy a gun.
Okay.
That's where it starts.
Okay.
You got to make people who are mentally ill have to buy a gun illegally, so therefore you can catch them.
But you know what? Let me ask you a question.
Buying a gun, if you catch.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Say you go to the store today and go try to buy a gun. They tell you, will that stop you from getting the gun?
Maybe not. Maybe.
Okay.
Some people will. Some people be like trats. And they just walk away. You'll rack a lonesome bloating rack a.
I think people, man, there's so many outlets to get weapons.
Yeah.
That listen, if I was living in a different type of world and I was that criminal, I would even go to a store to get a gun.
Yeah. Some people will go out and get an illegal gun and can't buy it legally, but then that you got to make them do that so you can try to catch them with an illegal gun. You can't just let them buy it.
Well, it's not illegal. It's not illegal if it's not registered.
Okay, but
they're not even going to be able to run it. They can take it from you, but that's only if they catch you with it.
Yeah.
So, like the dude, he took the gun up the steps, set it up, and left the motherfucker in the woods. Remember?
Yeah.
So it's easy for people mentally challenged, anyone, criminals, gangsters, politicians. Right. It's easy for anyone to get a gun.
Yes.
And that's the problem. It's not the problem. Listen, Second Amendment, you're always going to be able to bear your arms, right? I agree. You should have some be to protect your family,
right, and
yourself. But it's just the fact that when they lax these gun laws, remember we did a show about it in Ohio. They said you're not to have open carry. I said, watch how many more shootings take place, and you look at the stats. It's just the fact that more guns equal more shootings. That's just But
I think we get more of a problem with not dealing with people who are mentally ill, just like the guy who stabbed the Ukrainian girl, mentally ill. And you should not be allowed to ride mass transit if you are mentally.
Yes, but there's no way to stop it. See, in this country.
Well, here's the thing: mass transit. If you have committed a violent crime within the last 5 years, they shouldn't let you on the train.
How are they going to be able to stop it?
If you committed a crime.
Yes, but how do you stop it? How do you stop it?
The record. You got to.
But they're going to be able to get a ticket anywhere.
You got to show your ID.
You know how long that would take in New York with all that shit?
Well, they got to do something.
That's what I'm trying to say.
There's criminals on the train to stab people.
Yeah, they're going to be there. They're going to be there. The problem,
You
see,
should have
okay,
you
here's
should have
the
a scan.
okay. Let's check this out,
And
though.
nothing comes up within the last 5 years.
Okay,
if you
let's.
had a violent crime in the last
Damn,
5 years. You can't.
You know how many people? You know how many people go to those turnstiles? Thousands upon thousands.
They can change them.
But then it's going to hold up the train. It's going to.
So what?
It's not going to.
They're
They're not going to do it.
They be people waiting and waiting instead of
Yes.
waiting for the train to come, where somebody might push you. One of these nut jobs might push you in front of it.
It's always going to be a nut job. Okay. You're onto something great, but I think you're at the wrong part, because me personally thinks here's where it starts. It starts at home with America. America has to do a better job of taking care of its citizens. Other countries give free healthcare.
Yeah.
Other countries give free welfare, which means if you can't afford your home, we give you a home. There's no homelessness. This social media bullshit, stay off of it. We got to do better by the people who can't afford shit.
Yeah.
And listen, it's like I like what Trump's doing and the administration is doing with Section 8. I like that. Listen, you get 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not mentally unstable, get your motherfucking ass a job.
Right.
You understand me?
Yeah.
I agree with that. But there's also things like the people who have mental issues, who are killing these innocent people, who are going out here doing stupid shit. We got to find a way to protect them and protect us from them, if that means anything. So we listen. When the mom tried to take him here, couldn't get any help. She said, "You got to go, because you're tearing down, my family. You try to attack my daughter, which is your sister. Mm-hmm. We can't keep you here. Right. That there should be a place for him.
Right.
And then you don't got to worry about getting on the subways. Mm-hmm. And so, but we're so concerned with the oligarch that runs America. And these rich elite people, man.
These rich elite.
They got to stop worrying about who's richer than whom and say, you know what? I live in this nation. This is my country. Let's work together. Well, and until we work together, nothing's going to get settled. That's why I said, you know what? There should be no political parties.
Well,
bipartisan sucks.
These politicians, for one, are being ran by the donors, whoever donates the most money
exactly
to them.
Well, you notice that's one thing they didn't like about Trump. You can't buy him.
But he's bought too, though.
Yes.
He's bought more than them.
No, I don't.
He's received more money. He said, "I'm gonna use my own money." That was a lie. He's got billions of donations, hundreds of millions of donations, $100 million in donations, and set up a meme coin to be bribed and accepts just open bribery to pardon people. Just give me $1 million, I'll pardon your person who, killed someone, drinking and driving. I mean, this guy is not. He's been voted for. That's why he's back in the White House, and that democracy is real because people voted for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
right.
He was trying to get the votes, and he got them. He went after him.
Right. See, and you know why that is? See, this is the thing. The Democrats, and once again, I might have to single them out.
Yeah.
They push for the wrong shit. Listen. Most Democrats are the rich people now. Mm-hmm. They push to get God out of people's lives. Mm-hmm. They push for homosexuality. They push for all the bullshit that is going on now. They push for it. Mm-hmm. And when you push for that kind of carrying on, listen, listen, I don't agree with the Democrats, and there's some things about the Republicans I don't agree with.
Right.
I mean, that's just it. That's nature. But when you tell me I can identify myself as a cat, yeah, you got a fucking problem. How are you going to tell me? No. I take that back. Let me. My bad, people. Let me rephrase this. How are you going to allow someone to say you can identify yourself as a cat? How are you going to allow these children? I take my grandkids to the store with me one time, right? Mm-hmm. I told you the story. The dude was like, "Well, you got to pronounce talking to someone else. You got to refer to me as a her, not he. Mm-hmm. The motherfucker had a 5 o'clock shadow, looked like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Toes, hands, everything. Nigga's a man. He's a man.
Yeah.
But once we and so listen, I just left the stuff there. And you asked Buggy, I said, let's go, y'all. We gotta go to another store. We gotta go here. So we go here, right? I'm like, they say, why we leave? I say, because you don't need to be subject to that. Yeah. And that's because we have allowed these people to say, you know what, I look like a man, I want to die a woman. And you know what, with that privilege, you can go walk into a woman's restroom.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit.
This is cultural wars. So I think Republicans have done a real good job of branding Democrats with that. And I don't think that most of them are in agreement with that, but they are raising money as if it's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they are not doing, well, there's only a handful of them. And I can name all of them. I don't want to miss some of them because I don't know some of them's names in Congress, but people like Jamie Raskins, Jasmine Crockett, they're actually trying to do something for people, but they're outnumbered by a long shot because there's over 400 congressmen and 100 senators. And
you know Joy Reid's thinking about leaving the Democratic Party, right?
Joy Reid?
Yeah.
The newscaster?
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, I read that. There's a lot of people thinking of leaving the Democratic Party because of what the Democrats stand for.
What do they stand for?
You tell me. I don't. They stand for what's wrong. Listen, you don't gotta be a conservative, but just listen. And the Democrats have owned the black vote, like I was screaming for the last 2 elections. Why are you voting Democrat? Because that's what you thought you had to. I don't think black people are even paying attention to the policies and what the rhetoric behind the Democratic Party is.
I think, well, this particular cycle, they voted Democrats. You've still got a lot of black people who are turning and voting for the opposition, who voted for Trump,
because you're sick and tired of listening to these same bullshit that you've been prescribed to for the last 60 years.
Yeah, nothing
has changed.
Yeah,
and like I said this, and I told my uncle this. I was in my late 20s, and I was like, listen, he mad at me because I wouldn't vote Democrat. I said, you know why? I said, they've been promising us the same shit every 4 years. Why do I got to tell you, hey, Dover, man, listen, Jamsky, I'm going to give you this cup of water, man, you run that lap. Jamsky, I'm going to give you this cup of water, you run that lap. But you done ran 30 fucking laps, and I still gave you that cup of water, and you know what we are done to do? We still believe it.
Yeah, but what about the Republicans? They're going to take that water away. Not just promise you something, then not give it to you. They're going to actively get stuff that you already have and take it away. Like that's what they're doing now. That's what they're doing.
What are they taking away now?
Took Medicaid away with that last bill that they passed in Congress.
Okay, Medicaid for
a lot of people. It depends on.
Okay, now here's the thing. Like we were talking about the sex.
Yeah.
Medicaid has been given with welfare. Now, if you have a illness and you are incapable of working, they didn't take that away. They're taking it away from people who can physically go out and do for themselves.
Yeah.
I agree with that. You know why? Because my tax dollars, your tax, we're working men, right?
Is it only though for those people who can work and are not working?
See, that's a slippery slope. I just know that if you're physically able to, like with food stamps, you can't go out and junk food anymore.
Good.
You can't go out and just order a shit ton of groceries and have them brought to you. America is fucked.
Yeah.
And shit needs to change. If you look at these other countries, man, that we look down upon because of the media and whatever. Everybody in that civilization works. They work for someone or they work for themselves. You're working, either harvesting, you're raising animals, making an honest living.
Yeah.
We don't do that here. We got motherfuckers on social media every 1st and 15th flossing. $200 bottles, $300 belts, $800 Fendi jeans. What? and you don't even own a home.
But that's
We're backwards, and it comes from education, and it comes from breaking the goddamn cycle.
But that's social media. People are on social media
Exactly
doing these things because they're trying to get rich, and they're drawing attention to themselves with this outlandish behavior.
Exactly.
Okay, so that that actually is somebody trying to work or trying to avoid. They're trying to avoid a real job and have this an influencer, be an influencer
right. And guess what?
Online.
Let me ask you this:
What
would you tell your son if that's what he was going to do?
It depends on what he was trying to do. If my son was good at it and he was actually making money, not doing anything that's embarrassing himself. Like
what if he wasn't making money?
He's not smacking his.
Well, most of the people that we see aren't making money.
His nuts on the table, hitting them with a hammer or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? To draw attention to himself. But yeah, this ain't gonna work for most people.
So what'd you tell most people? That's what I'm saying. What would you tell them? Go get a job and do this in your spare time.
Tell them what I say all the time. Trade school.
Yeah.
We need more plumbers.
Right.
Pipe fitters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Electricians, carpenters, heating and air. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Masonry people.
100%. 100%.
And stop worrying about minimum wage and talking about they should raise minimum wage. No,
they shouldn't.
They should lower it. Because if you raise it,
and making hamburgers like that doggone cheese I like to go get is $3.
You're gonna get more people trying to raise the family off a minimum
wage.
They should really be learning a trade and getting a real job that pays more than $35 an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can do that instead of thinking you gotta be mad at the government for not raising minimum wage. It's not about minimum wage. I mean, do you value yourself?
Well, Biden ran his campaign. One of his major talking points was taking minimum wage to what, 15?
I don't know what he said. Hold on. We're going to take another break. We'll be right back to discuss minimum wage right after this. Gotta go upstairs. So you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
You're listening to the best damn activist on the microphone. One hell of a podcaster and his co-host, Mr. T. Crowe and Anthony Scott Dover. One hell of a team.
Sweet.
You're listening to a man who's almost intelligent. Very close. Welcome back to Probably Offensive. One hell of a show. Yeah.
Anyway, before we went to the break, we were talking about minimum wage, and you were in the middle of explaining something. What was it?
Minimum wage. I get this should be a minimum wage, but the minimum wage should not be something that people can say, you know what, I'm going to go work at this factory and do this, and a motherfucker at McDonald's making $2 less. I mean, because that's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how high minimum wage it supposedly would get. So what do you think that person can do? Work at this factory or go work at McDonald's?
Listen, even though fast food is not good for us and we're encouraging people to buy it more if cheeseburgers are low cost, like $1 menu that they used to have, they don't have it anymore.
No, they don't have it anymore. There's no such thing.
But you should have the option to buy it if you want it. It's on you, as an adult.
Consumer.
To eat what the hell you want to eat, but it should be affordable. And we shouldn't be raising minimum wage to some ridiculous price. That just because people say, "Well, how are you going to raise the kid off a minimum wage with it being the way it is now?" You're not supposed to raise a kid off a minimum
wage to protect children working these jobs so they don't become sweat laborers.
Yes, minimum wage jobs are for teenagers. I used to have a minimum
wage
job when I was a teenager, and I made $3.50. You know what? I made above minimum wage back when minimum wage was $3.35 an hour for the longest.
That's what it was for us, $3.35. I remember I got a raise and I was making $3.70. I thought I was doing something.
I was making $3.50. Like I'm above you, minimum wage bums. I'm above you. Minimum wage $3.35. I make a whole $3.50. Not even $4 an hour.
But we made it happen. I had gas in my car. I could do this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
You know, had my
But I
little.
was a teenager.
Yeah, teenagers.
Yeah.
Because I lived at home.
Yeah, I lived with my mom.
Minimum wage should not be $20 an hour.
No,
and for buying that, you know what he was really pushing? See, here's the curtain behind the Democrats I want to tell people about. Why the fuck was he pushing that? Because he's telling people, you're not talented enough to have a real job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you people work these minimum wage jobs and keep your people on there.
I don't know if he was thinking that. I'm thinking he was probably just saying it because his advisors told him this was a good idea because this is what people want. So he was like, "Oh, okay."
People want that because they're lazy.
Well,
Because they're lazy. I'd rather.
I just think they're
but
not.
think about it like this: if we made the money we made working at McDonald's, where do you think I'd work?
Listen, if you're
No, answer that question. If we made the money we made working at McDonald's, where would you work?
I wouldn't work at McDonald's.
Well, that's you. I'd be at McDonald's.
Why? Working at McDonald's is just as hard as working in the factory.
No, I don't work in a factory.
No, you don't because you're a driver. You got what's called a skill.
But what I'm saying to you is, if we made this kind of money working at McDonald's, I'd work at McDonald's.
I wouldn't. Because, listen, you're working. You got a full-time job. Why would you want to work at McDonald's? You need to.
If I was making this kind of money, I would.
The same money?
Yep, same money.
But that's insinuating that working at McDonald's is easy.
It is.
I don't know because I've never worked.
I did.